Not the subject of my speech, but now that I'm sure I have your attention. Good morning, Mr. Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, DTMs, and most welcome guests. As I watch my daughter learn and develop, I can't help but to think of the incredible life lessons that I've learned, only because I've done the exact opposite of all parental advice. I remember the time my mother caught me ditching school as she came out of the office. The office building and the wing my class was in were right across from each other. You couldn't see each other when you walked out, but they shared a walkway. We locked eyes, and I realized I had zero chance to escape. And any lie short of convincing her the rapture was happening now certainly meant I was about to meet my maker. Gripped by the pure, unadulterated fear of death, I made a decision that seemed to be the only reasonable course of action. I put my head down and pretended I didn't see her. Of course, it didn't work. But to understand the scariest moment of my entire childhood that happened a week before my high school graduation, we have to go back to the beginning of my second semester freshman year. My mom and I come home from movies, and there's an envelope in the mail. My first high school report card. 2 A's, 2 B's, 2 C's, a few missing assignments, and some unexcused absences. Without warning, my mother grabs me by the neck, picks me up, slams me against the wall, and says, "If you ever come home with C's again, I'll make you regret it." Most sensible people probably would have just done the work and got good grades. But that approach is for suckers. For me, it meant challenge accepted. My school sent home a calendar that highlighted the important documents and when they arrive at your house. My plan was in place. We had been a victim of a few clerical errors, so I would just tell her my report card never made it home. I'd scan it, copy it a few times so it looked like the nasty copier from our school, and give it to my mom. Small problem. Scanning software in the early 2000s was anything but impressive. In fact, it took hours to scan the document and manually realign every one of the columns. I was sweating bullets when I gave it to her, and even more panicked when she accepted it. But her compliments kind of validated that my get-out-of-jail-free card was good. I would never worry about getting in trouble for my grades ever again. I did what I wanted. Went to school when I wanted. As long as I didn't commit any egregious acts, I'd be in the clear. Fast forward 3 years later, and I'm walking to the hall to my 6th period class, and I look to see if I have a sub. We don't. So I head towards the office, pretend like I'm turning in an attendance sheet, and walk right out of the front of the school. Well, what I hadn't realized is I had a sub this day because my mom called a conference to sit down with every single one of my high school teachers to compare the grades they submitted with the report cards I created. She had me read off my grades from our previous semesters. But to the shock and dismay of everyone in that room, I stayed true to form. I read those fake grades like it was the gospel truth. She was about to lose it. She had this vicious leg shake that she swore calmed her down, but it only infuriated her more. Now, most kids feel safe in public. I wasn't there. The meeting ends and they assure her I'd graduate. We're walking towards the parking lot. Mind you, I'm mortified, so I keep a safe distance between the two of us. We head towards the parking lot and she does the unthinkable. She turns around and hands me a set of keys. Here in the parking lot sits this custom painted red and black Toyota Avalon. 22-inch chrome rims, custom interior with my initials embroidered in the headrest, and a sound system that was begging to be stolen. I drive it home, and when we get there, she looks at me and she says, the worst part about you sabotaging your own future was you spent the time I used for overtime buying your car to pretend you did well. Had you spent half that time doing your homework, you would have gotten real grades. I looked my mother dead in the eyes and said, I don't like busy work. She punched me right in the face and said, hey, stupid, if you want to pretend like we don't get mail, you should probably hide the school calendar too. She said, I hope you have a kid just like you. Then she sold my car. Still to this day, I will go out of my way to cut off any Toyota Avalon I see. I still don't like busy work. But as I look back, I realize some of these life lessons are important to learn on your own. But that horrifies me. Because flash forward to now, and I watch my daughter make some decisions that go against everything that's simple. You tell her not to do that, she gives you this heinous look and this sinister cackle. As if to say, challenge accepted. As I prepare for these sleepless nights and the heartache that I'm going to suffer through watching her go through her growing pains, I get this awkward vibe that my mom is way too eager to hear about it. Mr. Contest Master.